I'm Mackenzie Henson. This is Finance 433, and I'm doing Air Asia, flying low cost with high hopes. I will be discussing Air Asia, including trends in the global airline industry, Air Asia's business level strategy, and an analyst using Porter's 5 forces model, and recommendations for how it can sustain its advantage that it has right now. This is the key trends for AirAsia. We have growth in air travel demand, rise of low-cost carriers, increasing fuel price volatility, digital advantages in online booking, and greater competition among airlines, and then growth demand for an affordable market for your budget consumers. Now, these trends are positives and negatives both for AirAsia. Significant growth due to the demand of air travel, the rise of low-cost carriers, increasing fuel price has been a disadvantage, and then digital booking has been a huge advantage for all airlines, specifically because it's easier. If I have to call somebody to book something or go in person, I'm less likely to do it, but now that we can do it online, it makes it a lot easier. Another disadvantage is there's a huge competition among airline companies right now. I know I'm flying out in a couple weeks, and it was crazy trying to pick which one. And then growth for a cheaper market is huge. These airlines can get crazy expensive just to fly in state, like from state to state in the same country. It can even get a little crazy. So consumers that seek affordable travel options, but like I said, we are facing challenges like fuel prices, strict regulations. There's a lot of regulations on airlines and intense competition, like I said. These factors create both opportunities and threats for the company AirAsia. My next slide. Hello. Now we're going to be discussing what business level strategy AirAsia uses, and it uses cost leadership strategy. So down here I've put in its kind of catchphrase, now everyone can fly on it. They have the lowest possible operating costs, like bare bones operating costs. They want affordable air travel. That's their main thing. They focus on budget conscious travelers. So if you're going to be booking multiple flights, you like to travel, you might want to go cheaper on them. Very simple business strategy. They don't get into all the technical stuff and spend money on these huge marketing things, and they just kind of do what they need to do. And then they use high aircraft utilization. As soon as a flight lands, another one's taking off. We're not wasting, we're not lagging, we're not keeping our planes on the ground is kind of their thing. So yeah, its mission, everyone can fly, reflects on its focus on making air travel accessible to a broad population. I know I've never even flown before, and I'm 23. I'm about to take my first flight, so this is really good for a lot of people. So here we have, how do they achieve that cost leadership, or how do we do it? Single aircraft type. They don't have different types of planes flying. They don't invest in more expensive planes. They're kind of all the same. No frill service. You're not going to get an extra meal or an extra snack. You're going to get on your plane, you're going to fly, you're going to get off. Direct online booking, which, like I said, is great. You don't have to go through people. You don't have to hire people to sit there and answer the phones or be in person to book these flights. Quick turnaround time, like I said, on the plane, off the plane, another plane's coming through. Secondary airports when possible. So instead of having your own airport, you have little terminals in each airport, and then high passenger volume. As many passengers as they can put on a plane. They try not to have empty seats. AirAsia reduces costs through operational efficiency. Using a single aircraft type lowers maintenance and training expenses. The airline eliminates unnecessary services, like I said, like complimentary food and snacks and drinks and all that. They focus on direct online sales, reducing commission costs, and fast turnaround times to maximize your aircraft usage. So how is AirAsia different from other airlines? Strong brand recognition, extensive regional work, digital innovation, customer convenience, and ancillary services. It's a primary cost leader. It also incorporates elements of differentiation. The company has built a strong brand throughout Asia, and like I said, the convenient online booking is their strongest suit. You'll see me mention it in almost every slide. That convenient online booking really set the tone for them. Um, they also have baggage options, seat selection, and travel packages. So they're just a very flexible airline, and that's how they kind of differentiate themselves from other airlines. So here is my Porter five-force analysis. So rivalry among competitors is high. Many airlines compete on price. If you go to like kind of any big, like if you just look up like flights to, let's say, New York right now, you'll get like hundreds of options to take you there. So, and they're all trying to give you, this is the best deal, this is the best deal, this is the best deal. So that's kind of there. Threat of new entrants is moderate. It's very costly to start up an airline, as you consider, and there's a lot of barriers that you have to follow, a lot of restraints. Bargaining power of suppliers is high. Not a lot of people make aircrafts, believe it or not, and fuel supply also influences cost. You know, fuel's not just everywhere. We have to dig, we have to find it. Bargaining powers of buyers, moderate. Customers can easily compare prices, but if you have the lowest price, then it's not going to be a huge issue. And threat of substitutes is moderate. We have trains and buses, which could get you in the same, land. And then you have ships, and then you just have virtual meetings, but virtual doesn't really compete with traveling. So that's that. So here is the full strategy breakdown. Why AirAsia works. It appeals to your traveler on a budget. It supports the market expansion, and it creates economies of scale, matches industry demand of trend. So it aligns well with industry conditions. Many travelers prioritize affordability, making the low-cost approach of AirAsia very attractive to them. It also allows the company to expand into new markets while maintaining their competitive, cheaper pricing. Major risk. Once again, we have the rising fuel cost. We have competitors that can see how well they're doing and just copy that same model over. Economic recession. If there's a recession, no one is going to be traveling. Declining service quality perception. Maybe you do want to be treated on a flight. Maybe you want that extra meal. Maybe you want to feel like they're going the extra mile, and you're not going to get that on AirAsia. Regulatory changes, just like if the government said, hey, you can't travel here anymore, that would definitely affect all the market airlines together, but really AirAsia. And here's my recommendations. Invest in the technology. Any company ever, I feel nowadays, needs to invest in their technology and strengthen your customer loyalty. Even though they're flying cheap, maybe they need some benefits, some airline miles. Delta has a really big airline miles, so maybe follow that. Um, in conclusion, AirAsia uses cost leadership. There is growth in the industry, and Porter's five forces show AirAsia needs continued efficiency. And thank you. And here are my sources. Thank you.